Ooh, Flyers cannot do the comeback tonight as the Capitals win it 6-4. Uh, it is just a disheartening type of game tonight as the Flyers fall to the to those Washington Capitals 6-4. Again, just a long night for those Flyers. Just a long night for those guys, and I'll tell you what, it's been crazy. Um, and to try to set this thing up as we look forward to it here, there is an issue with the Facebook tonight. I don't know why it will not allow me to add it. So, there it is. Let's see if we can try to get this put on there for you guys. But anyway, to make a long story short, Flyers fall 6-4. Very entertaining game, but it was definitely the early on in the game is just been unreal. It was just unreal for them. Man, all right. Again, we are definitely having issues with the Facebook. Again, I don't know why. I guess I don't know if Al's still on or not. I don't think he is. I mean, that game's been over for a minute now. So, but anyway, as we look forward, we're going to get things going with the start of the first period. Tom Wilson, 14:59 into the game from Du Bois and Sandrin on a snapshot, beats Dan Vladar, giving that Washington a 1-0 lead in the first period. Literally at the end of the period, Alex Ovechkin, the Flyer killer from Roy and McMichael, also with a snapshot at the 18:35 mark, giving them a 2-0 lead. So it would stay 2-0 after one. Started the second period. Travis Sanheim from Konechny and Dvorak cutting the lead to 2-1 at the 39-second mark of the second period. Then Carl Grundstrom, great pass too on this by Trevor Zegras, ties the game up at the 4:36 mark. At the 4:36 mark, given at the 4:36 mark, tying the game at 2, and it would stay tied to 2 up until the 6:58 mark of the second period, as Jacob Chernum from Leonard and Du Bois would score on a slap shot, giving the Capitals a 3-2 lead. That was a power play goal, and then Ryan Leonard on the power play just a short time after that at the 17:37 mark would put them up by 2, making it a 4-2 game. And it would stay that way until we got into the third period. Christian Dvorak would score from Konechny and Sanheim at the 33-second mark of the third period, cutting their lead to 4-3. But then Mr. Flyer killer, Alex Ovechkin, would score from McMichael and Chernum at the 3:47 mark, putting them up 5-3. Denver Barkey would cut this game to 5-4 at 7:52 mark on a tip-in from Ristolainen and Cates, making it a 5-4 game, and it would stay 5-4 up until about the 18:56 marks when Tom Wilson, the guy who started it, is the guy who ended it tonight, as Wilson hits the empty netter, making it a 6-4 game. So I'm going to take your comments as it goes along here, but I am going to move on to right now the scores, because we really need to have some scores going on here just to see. The Flyers did fall right now with about 7 minutes left to go. The Blue Jackets are losing to the Hurricanes. That is big for the Flyers. So again, Canadians 4-1 winners over the Lightning. As that game's just about to go final. Jets hold a 2-1 lead with about a little more than 8 minutes left to go in the second period. Oilers 2-0 over the Kraken with about 4 minutes to go in the first period. Now, these are all finals. It was the Sabres beating the Islanders in regulation 4-3. The Bruins doubling up on the Stars. Man, the Stars had a pretty brutal road trip as they lose tonight 6-3 to as the Stars lose 6-3 to the Bruins. Another big win tonight, or I should say, a big game. The Ottawa Senators lose tonight 6-3 to the Panthers. Devils 4-1 over the Rangers. Also, the Penguins 5-1 over the Red Wings, and of course the Capitals with a 6-4 win over the Flyers. So there is your scoreboards. Now I'm going to jump into the standings, guys, right now as we take a look with those games being played right now. Columbus is sitting at 88 points. Flyers are at 86. So with Ottawa losing and Detroit losing tonight, there's been no ground, really. Only ground really being is that, and the Islanders as well. The Islanders right now, the Flyers are 3 points out of the third playoff spot. Really, if you take a look at it, and the Flyers have Detroit at home and then the Island coming up later on this week before a big showdown with Boston on Sunday. So they got four really they have 4 games this week, and I'll tell you what, here's your schedule. Maddie will have you Thursday night and Friday night for the he'll have you for those Red Wings and for the Island. I will be back Sunday for the game in Boston. So, yeah, tough one tonight. I would have liked to see the Flyers maybe get it to overtime, get a point, kind of put themselves from 5th to 3rd at least, like right behind Columbus, showing a little bit of a little bit of but right now, so they're 4 points behind the Penguins for second place, 4 points behind the Boston for the number 1 playoff spot, but nothing has changed between Columbus, Ottawa, Detroit, and the Flyers. They're all Ottawa, Detroit, and the Flyers are all at 86 points. The Capitals, with their win tonight, move up to 85 points. So there you go. So now the Capitals, who were kind of needed this game, and their big stars came out and played tonight. Our stars didn't. Dan Vladar was not good tonight in net. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to say that he was not good in net tonight. Hopefully, he gets a chance to redeem himself on Thursday. Ready? We get this off of here. So that is our schedule coming up. Joe Hale checking in says, tough loss by the Flyers tonight. It was, and you know what? Let's give the Flyers a little bit of credit here. This is only, I believe, the 4th time they've lost since coming back from the Olympic break. So, and 2 of those losses, believe it or not, were to 2 of the losses were to Columbus. So, let's give them a hand. And they also they set if I think it was they tied the franchise record. If they would have won the night, they would have broken it. But they tied the franchise record for 7 wins or 8 wins on the road, something like that. So, Ricky Deal saying, "Go Flyers," and he says, "Thoughts on Porter Marone's performance?" Porter Marone, I thought was okay. He could have had a couple tip-ins. Matter of fact, that Dvorak goal, that puck was going right to Porter Marone, and Dvorak kind of got in front of him there and kind of stole the kid's goal. But I liked from what I saw from him. I really did. But this is your schedule right now. So we're going to go back to the schedule because I want to let you guys know just who's playing tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first. There's only 3 games tomorrow. It is Colorado hosting Vancouver, the Blues at the Kings, and the Ducks and the Sharks. So they are your matchups for tomorrow. Now, on Thursday, we have a slew of games. Again, Sabres host the Senators. Penguins are at the Lightning. Red Wings are at the Flyers. Blue Jackets actually have a home and home with Carolina. So there you go. And I just you got to kind of root for that. Capitals also go play the Devils. some of those games as we're taking a look now. So a very big night on that Friday. There's only two games. You have the Flyers and Islanders. Hopefully the Flyers can get in and get done. Um, Again, Senators. I feel bad for Ottawa. Ottawa's got some tough games really kind of coming up here. Red Wings and Rangers play Saturday. Wild and Senators play. Really good one at 3:00. If you like hockey, I think the two best teams from the Western Conference will link up in Dallas as the Avalanche visit the Stars. Bruins and Lightning, also another good one. Panthers go to Pittsburgh to play the Penguins. Buffalo plays the Sabres. This is another good one. The Islanders, after playing the Flyers on Friday, they go down to Carolina to play the Hurricanes on Saturday afternoon or Saturday night. So they have a date with them. And then the Winnipeg Jets go into Columbus to play the Blue Jackets. So very good weekend upcoming. As Julian Adams steps in and says, Martone, LOL. I take it you weren't a big fan of his tonight there, Julian. Dave Yarnell checking this, says tough loss tonight. Yeah, it was. But I'll tell you what, I mean, the Flyers showed a lot of grit in this game. They kept coming back in this game. They did. You know, I know there's no if and wins and buts and whatever, but they did show a lot of fight tonight. But again, there is your scheduling right now, and we're gonna go through the game cast here and let you know what it was. Oh no, there we go. So your 3 stars of the game. Oh, shocker! They gave all 3 stars to the Dallas. I'm sorry, to Washington tonight, as Du Bois with 4 assists. He was your 3rd star. Ovechkin with 2 goals. He was your 2nd star, and your 1st star was Tom Wilson. So there's your 3 stars. No Flyers getting the stars of the game tonight. As we take a look at the numbers in this game, shots on goal was 24-18 in favor of the Flyers. Face off 54% to 45 for those for the Capitals. Flyers on the power play 0 for 3. 0 for 3 tonight. Not an excuse. That's got to get better. This is now, we blamed Rocky Thompson a year ago. He's no longer here, and the power play is still garbage. But on the other hand, we couldn't stop their power play tonight, which was 2 goals, which was the difference in the game. Really, if you really take a look at it, they were 2 for 3 on the power play. The Flyers were 0 for 3. Flyers penalty minutes 10. Washington had 12. 34 hits by the Flyers, 25 for Washington. Block shots, 21 for Washington, 11 for the Flyers. Giveaways, 18 for the Flyers, 9 for Washington. Takeaways, 7 for Washington, 3 for the Flyers. So, with that being said, your season series looks like this. 2 for the Flyers win their 2 home games. Washington wins their 2 home games. So, they split the season series 2-2 tonight. But, again, that road ahead looks pretty darn menacing as they get set really to now they got to kind of buckle down, and Detroit's probably going to come in here a little hungry on Thursday. I mean, you really have to take a look at, you're going to have to expect that Detroit team to be really kind of flying around. The Flyers are really going to have to go and put out a really good effort on Thursday and then try to get right back up again to go play on Friday up in the island. Like, these are 2 games I expect the Flyers to win. We will see Erison in probably one of these games. I would probably think they're probably going to throw him in against the island, the Islanders. I can see them doing that, but Dave. Oh, I'm sorry. Dave had a comment here. He said Sanheim had a solid game. He did. The Flyers it was really the first period that I felt like this game kind of got away from them a little bit. They were just out physical. Like, Washington came out physical and just came out trying to bury people, man. So, like, to me, that's what it kind of looked like. The Flyers kind of got their bearings going in the second period. They just couldn't get any more traffic in front of the netminder for Washington. And, and tip it in. I mean, the Flyers scored 4 goals tonight. I mean, that should have been enough to win this game. I kind of put this on really kind of their slowest start and Vladar. Vladar, like none of few of them goals. There's about 3 of them goals he should have stopped, and that right there's a difference in the game. Really, if you're looking at it, Flyers would have won this game 4-3 if Vladar stops those 3 shots that end up going in the net. So, bad game by Vladar tonight. But I've also noticed something with Vladar this season. When he does have one of these bad games, he usually bounces back pretty damn good. So that's looking good going into the weekend, especially for who the Flyers have to play. Again, they got Detroit on Thursday, they got the Islanders Friday, and then they got Boston on Sunday afternoon. And if you remember the last time Boston came to town, Flyers kind of took it to them. So that's going to be a really good test, another really good game coming up this week. So, again, guys, Flyers fall short tonight. This is our schedule. There it is. As you see right here, tomorrow you will have Phillies and Nationals. There will be a Fightins final after that. Matty B will run you through that. I believe that game's at 4:00 tomorrow. So I think that's a 4:00 game. But Matty B will be here with you right after that. And then we have the Pittsburgh Sports Desk. Our guys out west, John and the rest of the gang, John, Will, and the rest of the guys will be joining you guys out there tomorrow. So, yes. And kudos to the Phils tonight with a 3-2 win. Tonight they got back on their winning ways. So, there you go. Thursday, the final word with Matty B will be seen probably right after the Flyers and Red Wings. I will be here for that post game. Or no, Matty will have it. I think it's combined. It'll be a combined. That's right. It's Matty. Dave says Phillies are 110 tomorrow. Okay, so the Phillies are 110 tomorrow. Carolina is about to win. Joe Hale saying, cool. I think Carolina did win. Let me double check that real quick as I bring it up to the scores right here. I'll give you an updated score before we go off. It is 4-2 with 3:10 left to go in the third period in Columbus right now. So it is 4-2. So it looks like the Blue Jackets are going to lose. So basically the Blue Jackets, the Islanders, the Senators, the Flyers all lose tonight. Capitals kind of catch up a little bit. They're a point behind the Flyers, Red Wings, and Senators. But all 3 teams lose tonight. And like I said, tomorrow it's just the 3. It's all Western Conference games tomorrow before Thursday, a big 14-game slate with, like I said, some of the matchups you want to take a look at besides the Flyers. You have Senators hosting the Sabres. You kind of got to root for the Sabres in that one. Lightning hosting the Penguins. Kind of got to root for the Lightning in that one. Bruins and Panthers. I guess you would have to root for the Panthers right now. They're at 500. Montreal's kind of, in their way. Flyers got to take care of business against those Red Wings. And then it's a rematch of tonight's game where Carolina will be hosting the Blue Jackets, and the Devils go travel to New Jersey. So there again, like I said, if you're taking a look at the standings one more time, I'll read them off to you. Let me get this thing off real quick because I'm reading it to you and you guys can't see me. So, yeah. So let me read this to you real quick. Standings in the East. Right now, Buffalo Sabres top seed with 100 points. Right behind them is with 98 is the Carolina Hurricanes. Also, number 3, Tampa Bay Lightning, 98. Montreal Canadiens, 96. Pittsburgh Penguins, 92. New York Islanders, 89. Boston Bruins, 94. Columbus, 88. Flyers, Red Wings, and Senators, all with 86. And then the Washington Capitals with 85. So you literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 teams competing for 3 spots, if you really kind of look at it. And here's the thing, too. Boston, Montreal only separated by 2 points. So that can get really kind of hairy. And Boston, they do play Tampa, I believe, coming up on the schedule. So I do believe that is believe that's Saturday. Yes, Saturday. Nope, they play the Lightning on Saturday. So, Boston will definitely be. They will be there also on Saturday. Again, Islanders, Hurricanes, the Flyers are off on Saturday. You have the Jets at the Blue Jackets, Sabres at Capitals. So, teams you're rooting for on Saturday: the Lightning, Lightning, Panthers, Devils, Sabres, Hurricanes, Jets. There's the teams you're rooting for on Saturday for these Flyers. Again, on Friday, Flyers, and there's only 2 games on Friday. One of them being Flyers at Islanders. Flyers got to take care of business Thursday and Friday. If they do that, we will be kind of in the driver's seat, I believe, because with that, let me double check that again, because I forgot to do the how many games are left for each team here. Oh, let me do that real quick for you guys. I can actually pull the standings. Right now, teams with Flyers, Red Wings, Senators, Blue Jackets all have 74 games played, so they all hold a game in hand. Islanders actually have 76 games played, so Flyers actually hold 2 games in hand on the Islanders right now. Looking at that, also Tampa and Montreal also have 74 games played. Carolina's got 73 games played, so they got 98 points, and they got a game up on the Flyers yet. So, looking at that, yeah. Everybody from Washington's got a game less than the Flyers too, as well. So Boston's got 75. So yeah, Columbus, Ottawa, Detroit, Philadelphia all have 74 games. They all have 2 games in hand over the Islanders, and 1 game in hand over Pittsburgh, Boston, and Boston, and Washington. So there you have it, guys. Like, that is your playoff scenario right there. Flyers do, but these guys also have a game in hand as well. Joe Hale saying Phillies are at 1. Okay, so that means Matty B should be joining you guys around dinner time tomorrow. So I just wonder now. Is Matty B, hold on. Since he's doing it, so then maybe he will be doing the final word then. Let me double check that. Yeah. Oh, no, he ain't doing the final. Wait a minute. Oh, we're going to have to do that. I'm going to have to go talk to management on this one. This guy's ducking out on his responsibilities here, people. Yeah, 1 o'clock game, and he ain't doing his final word. I think you guys need to get on him for that. I'm just saying. Columbus lost. I kind of figured they would. All right, so everybody's tied up. Flyers lose tonight, guys. Make sure you tune in. Again, like I said, the rest of the week here, this is our schedule. Maddie will have you Thursday and Friday. I'll be back Sunday. So our next game for Clear the Ice is Thursday at I think it's 7 o'clock. And then again, Friday night, also at 7. Boston game is at 3 o'clock on Sunday. And of course, tomorrow, game in the afternoon. Maddie will have you covered on that one. So make sure you tune in there. And I will see you guys again on Sunday. I will be up Sunday morning with Al, and then I will be back to take care of those the Flyers game in the afternoon. So until then, guys, you have a good night, and I will see you later.